Welcome back to my channel. As always, I am very excited for today's video, and this one is extra exciting because, as you can tell from the title, I am going to be trying influencers workouts for a week. Now, I did get this idea from none other than Live Fit herself, or Olivia Catania. You can go ahead and check out her YouTube channel. I'll leave her linked in the description, as well as all of the other influencers that I will be trying out their videos this week. But before we get into any of that, if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Samantha, or Sammy for short, and I am a certified personal trainer as well as a weight loss specialist. So if any of that is of any interest to you, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be informed when I upload all of my future content. You can also go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sammy for short. Now, with all of that being said and out of the way, let's jump in to the video. So like I said, this video idea was inspired by Live Fit. She has a couple videos on her channel, I believe now, of her trying different influencers workouts. And she does them more in a vlog style format almost, and she'll update you on how she's feeling about them in real time. Now for me, I actually filmed all of these workouts last week, and now I'm sitting here giving you my thoughts and opinions on them after the fact. So it's just a little bit different of a setup, but still, nonetheless, the video idea came from her. Now, I'm still following my normal workout split with these routines. So I normally do glutes and hamstrings, back and biceps, glutes and quads, chest, triceps, and shoulders, and then a full body workout is generally how my workout split goes on my own anyway. I just chose a different influencer or content creator for each day. Starting off with day one, for the glutes and hamstrings workout, I chose Sophie Oostenburgge, I think that's her name. Oostenburgge. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but you may know her better as Gains by Brains. She is a YouTuber I follow, and I love her journey recently where she's been trying to gain muscle in her lower body and build her glutes. That's something that I love to focus on as well, so I thought she'd be a perfect person to choose for the glutes and hamstrings workout. So starting off the workout, I did 10 minutes on the Stairmaster. Normally I end my workouts with the Stairmaster, so starting with it in the beginning was interesting, but I actually did really like the little warm-up it gave me. Then I went into a warm-up stretch that consisted of deep squats with forward folds, an active forward reach, active groin stretch, and then an all-fours twist. So just warming up my body. I just kind of saw her do those in her little video, so that's what I decided to do. And then we got straight into the workout with 4 sets of 8 barbell RDLs. So this was a heavier weight than normal for me when I do RDLs. I love to do them with dumbbells, and I still push myself with a little bit of weight, but not too much, because I really like to activate that mind to muscle connection, because anytime I lift heavier for lower body movements, I generally feel it more in my back because I'm pulling a lot with my upper body. So these barbell RDLs, I felt very strong, but I didn't feel them in my lower body as much, just because, again, it's really hard for me to engage that mind to muscle connection when I have a heavier weight. But I did enjoy pushing myself through this. However, I just didn't feel it in my glutes and hamstrings as much as I would have normally and as much as I would have liked. Then we went into 3 sets of 12, 10, and 8 hip thrusts. So with each set, I increased the weight and I decreased the reps. That's generally something I will do with my hip thrusts anyway. Normally, I like to do 4 sets of hip thrusts or something. I would do them as the first exercise, and I might do the drop set when I increase weight, or I'll just keep it at the same weight for 10 reps overall. Overall, I really like this movement. I have no complaints about it. I probably just would have done more sets just because I really like doing more with the hip thrusts. It was still a great exercise. Then I went into 3 sets of 12 dumbbell squats with a forward lean. So she really emphasized keeping that forward lean and staying nice and low with the squats, so you're not going the full range of motion standing up. You still keep your hips low to activate through your glutes more. And I love that variation of the dumbbell squat. I haven't done one like that in a while, and I really love just staying nice low to the ground, not going through a full range of motion, because you really are going to feel it in your glutes more when you do it that way. So I loved that. Then I went into a hamstring curl, which was 3 sets of 6, 8, and 10. I believe in her video she may have been doing the prone hamstring curl, but for me, the gym I was at that night only had the upright seated one, so that's what I did. And basically with this one, it was the reverse of what you did with the hip thrust. You start with 6 reps and you do a really heavy weight, and then as you decrease the weight, you increase the reps. So it's the opposite of the drop set. It was more into that pyramid form of things, and overall it gave me a really great burn in my hamstrings. I loved it. Then we went into 2 sets of 15 kickbacks on each side. Now, she obviously used a machine for this one. This gym that I was at this night did not have one of those, so unfortunately it was poor planning on my end. So I just did some normal like donkey kicks or kickbacks on the ground, and I just really forced myself to use that mind to muscle connection to really be lifting through my glute rather than just kicking up with my leg. And then I just ended my workout with some stretching. I did some low lunges, straddle stretches, and lying all fours stretch. That was just something I added at the end of the workout. She didn't have a specific stretch routine for the end. That was just something I did for me. So overall, I really liked this workout and I liked the structure of it. I would just say for my body and how I was feeling things, it didn't feel like I was activating my glutes as much as I would have liked to, especially with my glutes and hamstrings day. I feel like that's normally my strongest, so I would have liked to do a little bit more of that. So overall, I'm going to give this workout an 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. Again, I just didn't feel it as much as I would have liked. So an 8 out of 10 for this workout. Then we went into day 2, which was back and biceps. I could not think of a better person to be pulling a workout from than Libby Christensen. She has such a shredded back. Like, her back is phenomenal, and she's so tiny, but she's so strong. So I couldn't think of anyone better for this day of workouts. So jumping on into it, I just did a warm-up. It was just one that I did myself. She didn't have one to start off the video. It's totally fine. She usually does the same type of dynamic warm-up stretching that I do. So I just did a couple dowel, like forward back, some banded pullbacks, things like that. And then we went into 3 sets of as many reps as possible for chin-ups and slash pull-ups. Ideally, she was saying pull-ups, however, I cannot do those yet, and I'll just be completely honest about it. It's not my strongest suit, so I started with some chin-ups. Now, I will say with these, I'm also not the strongest at. I used to be able to do 6 of them. Now I can do about 3 to 4. I would say that was just a lack of me doing it and practicing on my end. If you're not consistent with it, you might lose it. And also, I do have a lot more muscle now on my lower body, not necessarily my upper body, so it is more weight for me to pull myself up, but I'm getting there. I really loved starting my workout with these. Normally, I would do this as a warm-up, but she has it as part of the actual workout itself. Loved doing it, felt super strong. Then I went into 3 sets of 12 cable lat pull-downs. I haven't done pull downs in a very long time, so it felt really nice to be getting back into those. Again, I can tell I haven't done them for a long time because I used to be able to do my body weight or more in lat pull downs, and now I'm not able to do it nearly as much. So I know this is an exercise I want to start implementing back into my routine again, but it felt so good. I felt strong. I love working back. And then we went into 4 sets of 10 single arm dumbbell rows. This is an exercise, if you see my TikToks or my workout videos, you know I do this almost every week, pretty much every week for a while. I do really like this exercise, and this night I actually pushed myself to lift more weight with it than normal, which at first felt really awkward and off, but I really loved just challenging my body to be stronger. That's really a goal of mine this year, is to just get stronger and stop worrying about the aesthetics. The aesthetics will come with it naturally. I just want to build strength, and I know if Libby can do it, I can do it. Then we went into 3 sets of 8 straight arm pull downs. This is an exercise I also don't incorporate too often, but I do really enjoy it. I don't really have like too much to say about it. It's a pretty solid exercise in and of itself. And then finally, to end off the workout, we did 3 sets of 10 single arm cable rear delt flies. I have not done that exercise in so long, but it was such a good way to end the workout. I really enjoy it. I cannot do that much weight with it at all. I think I had it on 5 pounds the entire time, but it gives you such a nice little burn in those delts, and I really want to start adding this into my workout routine as well, because I just feel like a badass doing stuff like that. I don't know why. So overall, I really enjoyed Libby's workout. I would have to probably give it a 9 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite workout of the week, but again, it made me feel super strong. It made me feel like I could conquer anything at that point, especially since my upper body is a little bit weaker, but I was able to make it through the workout. It gave me good ideas for other workouts to implement or add back into my routine that I haven't done for a while. So I really loved the structure. So again, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Day 3 was my glutes and quads workout, and I was so excited for this one because an influencer I've been following recently that I absolutely love, she gives me the most inspiration in the world, and that is Erin Killeen. I think that's how you pronounce her name, or better known as ETK Fit on Instagram. She is such a badass. She is gorgeous and strong and just everything I want to be. She's my biggest inspiration for fitness right now. So I had to do a workout of hers, and I decided to do glutes and quads because her quads are like, they're nice. I want some quads like her. Now the only problem with her is I could not find a actual like workout routine on her Instagram. I just saw a bunch of clips of different exercises. So what I did is I took different exercises that she's posted and then kind of curated them into my own little workout to do. But it ended up being probably my favorite routine I did all week. So with that being said, we started off with 6 sets of 6 squats. Because it was only 6 reps, normally I do 10, I decided that I was going to push myself to go heavier than I normally do. I was trying to ask for a spotter during this, but I was only comfortable with 2 people in the gym that I was at. They were busy during this time, so unfortunately I did not really get their help with the squats, so I didn't go as heavy as I would have liked. But for being on my own, I pushed myself so much harder than normal, and it just felt so good. I was focusing on depth, I was focusing on strength, I was not focusing on how many reps to do, I was keeping it nice and low, and I really liked doing more sets and less reps with heavier weight. Just made me feel so freaking strong. Then we went into leg presses. It was 4 sets of 10. I ended up doing 5 sets of 10 because I just kept feeling so good because, again, I was just pushing myself to lift more weight because she really was just an inspiration. I saw a video where she was like, her legs were shaking on the leg press, and I was like, I want to get that feeling. So I thought I was going to max out at 3 sets and plates on each side, and then I ended up going to 4 plates on each side for a extra 5th set. And when I tell you my legs were shaking, I'll try to like zoom in on one of the clips. They were shaking, but it was so good. And I definitely could do more. And I actually did the following, like a couple days ago, I tried doing leg presses again. And I was able to do 5 plates on each side. And it just makes me feel so strong. Like the fact that I was able to do 10 reps with 8 plates was amazing. And then I was able to get myself to do 3 reps with 5 plates, which was just so freaking cool. I don't think I ever would have pushed myself had I not had some of these women to look up to. So that's kind of what was really exciting about this week. So loved that exercise. Then we went into what was supposed to be a goblet squat superset with a sissy squat. However, at the gym I was at, there was nowhere to do a sissy squat. So I decided to just keep it at the goblet squats. And again, I already did that with the Gains by Brains day, but I wasn't mad about it. It still feels really good. So I did 2 sets of 10 of those, and I kept them nice and low again. And then I ended off the workout with Bulgarian split squats. I did just 1 set of that with 10 on each leg. So I did 1 set of that, and this complex, this Bulgarian split squat complex is insane. So what you do is you have 2 dumbbells to start, and you do 10 Bulgarians on one side. Then you drop one of the dumbbells, so you only have 1 dumbbell in your hand now. Do 10 on that same side you already did. Then you drop the other dumbbell, so now you have no weight, and you do 10 Bulgarian split squats on that same leg. So you're pretty much doing 30 Bulgarians in a row. Then you switch to the opposite leg. That gives such a crazy burn in your glutes, in your hamstrings. It feels so... It hurts so good is the only way I can describe it. That whole workout was probably my favorite that I did the entire week. Like I said, I'm going to have to give that a 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved it, and it didn't feel like it took too long at all. And I'm back. So it is a couple hours later. I look a little bit different than before. I had to go pick up my son from school and then play with him, and then I went back to work. And so now it's about like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. 9:40 at night, and so I'm going to finish off these last 2 days with you right here. I did also want to mention, I think I forgot to mention this in the beginning, is that you may have noticed throughout all these clips, I'm at different gyms every single time. And just because I work at one gym, I feel like you can probably tell which one I work at. And then there's a different gym that I go to sometimes. Usually it's the one that I've been filming my TikToks at, and it's just because it's a lot less people there, so I feel like I'm not in anyone's way. And I know people are like, oh, like, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 like, I'm gonna film where I want to film. I'm just not one of those people. I really don't like bothering people. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. I'm just not that type of person filming. I don't want people thinking I'm filming them and I'm going to post them and all this stuff. So I like going to the other gym sometimes because it's usually less people. Except this week it was also really crowded every time I went to the gym. And then there is one clip at the end you'll see me at a Planet Fitness because that's the only gym that's open late at night on a weekend, so that's why I was there. Anyway, now that disclaimer's all out of the way, let's jump in to day 4, which is shoulders, chest, and triceps. Now, I couldn't think of anyone better to copy their workout routine for this day than the beautiful Miss Whitney Simmons. She, I think, was my biggest inspiration for even getting started in the gym. I used to want to be a at-home Pilates instructor and now love strength training, and it was all because of her. And her Instagram and TikToks have just been flooded with her little mic'd up workouts specifically for her shoulders, and I think they're the best thing ever. So I just knew I needed to try this. And every time it was like a little difficult doing shoulders, I just kind of thought of all her little phrases and jokes that she was making during her workout. So for this workout, I just warmed up on my own again, and then we started the bulk of it with 3 sets of 8 seated dumbbell shoulder presses. These ones weren't actually as bad as I thought they were going to be. They were definitely tough, but I was finally able to push myself to lift heavier weight. That's the thing I've noticed with all these girls' workout routines, is following them it made me feel more like it was possible, because these are real people doing these real moves, and none of them are super huge bulky girls. They're all very feminine and the ideal shape that I would love to be in. And they're lifting heavier weight than me, so I knew Whitney was doing 20 pounds, so I decided I was going to shoulder press 20 pounds, and I pushed myself through it, and I'm so happy I did. Then I went into 3 sets of 8 dumbbell lateral raises, and I just felt super strong with these as well. Like, I was doing a heavier weight again than I normally would have. Normally I would have never done more than 12 pounds for shoulders. I believe with this move I did maybe 15 or 17. I can't remember off the top of my head. Then after that, I went into a superset of 3 sets of 8 close grip chest presses, which felt really nice. Overall felt really good. I didn't feel too much in my chest, but it's okay. And then it went into 10 neutral skull crushers. I will say for the skull crushers, you'll notice my form was awful. And it's definitely because I can chest press more weight than I can skull crushers. My triceps are a pretty weak area of my body. It's something I want to work on more of because I just kind of fell off of it for a while. And I haven't done skull crushers in probably at least a year. But it's something I want to work on, and now that's a move I definitely want to start doing more of. So I really enjoyed that superset. Then I did 3 sets of 6 T raises. I've never actually done these before, and I loved the switch up variation of a normal lateral raise. So I really enjoyed that. It hurt, trust me, and I definitely did a lighter weight with this as well, but it was really good overall. Then I ended off the workout with a superset of 3 sets of 8 cable overhead presses, followed by 8 cable pushdowns. These are moves that I've done plenty of times before. They felt good, just like normal. Nothing in particular to say about these workouts. Overall, with this day 4 push workout, I really enjoyed it. I will say I wish there was a little bit more chest incorporated into it, just because that is an area I do like to target a lot. But I was happy that I pushed myself harder than I ever have with the shoulders, and the tricep exercises were new and different. So I really want to start incorporating some more of those into my normal workouts, and I really loved it. Like, my upper body was killing me, but I felt so strong afterwards, so I would give this workout a 10 out of 10. And then finally, day 5, the full body day, is gonna come back to none other than Olivia Catania, Live Fit herself. She is the one that inspired this video, like I said, so of course I had to include her in it. She's also the queen of full body EMOM or full body HIIT style workout, so that's exactly what we're doing. I found this on her Instagram, and I will say I had to make a couple of change ups, really only one big change up with this workout, but I'll go ahead and just get straight into it. So I started with a warm-up that was my own again, and then it starts with ball slams, but I will say at Planet Fitness you are not allowed to do ball slams. They don't have medicine balls that you're able to slam on the ground. They have the ones that you can use, you know, for like crunches and things like that, or you can throw, but you're not supposed to be slamming these balls because they will crack. And I knew that in advance. So what I did instead of ball slams was I did medicine ball squat throws. So that's a move that I'm very familiar with. It is a great power movement. You just squat down, throw the ball as you're standing, and then squat back down again. So that was the alternative for this move. Then I went straight into some TRX rows, which this is a move I used to do all the time and just completely fell off of. and I really want to start adding it back into my workouts again, at least for like a movement prep or a warm up or something. Then I went into kettlebell swings, and I have to tell you, I've really been liking kettlebell swings recently. I want to get back into that as well. Like, there's just so many moves that I fell out of love with, that doing these influencers workout routines has really reignited that fire to do these moves again. Then I went into BOSU ball push-ups, followed by 4 mountain climbers. Now this one was really tough because my push-ups have been getting a little rough recently. I want to get better at those as well, but I pushed through. I still did it, but they were hard, not gonna lie. Then I went into alternate reverse lunges with a lateral raise. It took me a couple seconds to get the rhythm of this, but once I found it, it was pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of lunges overall, but this was still a great movement. Lunges are necessary. I just hate them because they hurt, but doing the lateral raise kind of took my mind away from the pain that my legs were feeling, so it was really good workout. Then I went into rotating toe taps. I will say this one was a little bit difficult to do on the medicine ball just because it kept moving all over the place, so I would probably do it with a BOSU ball instead, just because it's a little bit less dangerous, especially if you're not used to this type of movement. But I do love the toe taps as well. Then I went into a high side plank. So just lifting my hips up nice and high, keeping my core tight, and bringing that elbow to knee. It was fairly difficult on my stabilization, but not awful. I don't think I fell at any point, so it felt good. And then weighted leg lift crunch. So a crunch when you have a weight in your hand and you're doing a leg lift at the same time. This is also a move I haven't done in a while. I've done leg raises and leg drops, which are all very similar, but it was the first time I incorporated a weight into it recently. Now, for all those moves, you perform them back to back with 25 seconds rest in between. Each move goes for 35 seconds, and you do that for 3 rounds. So it's a pretty quick workout, but extremely effective. I felt great after doing it. I was so tired in the middle of it, but I just feel so strong. Like, doing all of these badass women's workouts have made me just feel so incredibly good and strong, and I feel like I'm a badass just like them because I'm able to get through the moves that they're doing. But all in all, I'm going to give this full body Live Fit workout a 10 out of 10. I loved it. I had 0 complaints other than maybe the medicine ball. I would switch to a BOSU ball just personally because I don't want to get injured. But overall, I think all the workouts this week were a success. They definitely made me feel a burn. They made me challenge myself, start to think a little bit differently, maybe go back to some old things that I'd just fallen out of. I highly recommend, if you are stuck at a point in your fitness journey where you feel like you don't know how to switch up your routine, or you're just getting bored of the same old, don't be afraid. I don't care if you're a personal trainer or if you're a newbie or if you've been working out for years. Don't be afraid to take advice and listen to other people, because there's so many ways to work out. You don't possibly know everything. And again, maybe it's not even that you don't know, you just have forgotten about it, about certain moves that you used to love to do, and you need to get re-inspired to start doing those things again. It's just great to try and take information from different people. Now, obviously, you want to be careful about the people you're taking information from. Almost all the girls today are some sort of CPT, so like certified personal trainer, or just are certified in some way. Not all of them, but most of them are qualified to talk about the things that they are talking about. And so I highly recommend listening to the right people, but definitely getting information from people, because you can learn a lot no matter where you are at in your fitness journey, where you're at in your training journey. If you are a trainer, you can always learn something new. If I had to choose a best or worst workout from this 5-day split, I again loved all of them, but I would have to give the worst one to my glutes and hamstrings day by Gains for Brains, just because I didn't feel it in my glutes as much as I thought I was going to. And I was definitely just being more back dominant, especially with those barbell RDLs. Nothing against the workout structure itself, that's just how my body is. And then if I had to give a best workout, that's a hard one. That's like really a tough one between day 3 and day 5. That's like the hardest to choose from. But I'm probably gonna have to say the glutes and quad day by ETK Fit, just because I've never had my legs shake like that during a workout. I've never been able to do 8 plates before. Is my inspiration for everything right now, and that Bulgarian split squat complex that she did was just perfect. So that definitely has to be the best workout I've tried from this. But again, all of them were so amazing in so many different ways. But that is everything I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please give it a thumbs up. and comment down below what you would like to see from me in the future, or give me suggestions of any other influencers that you'd like me to try their workouts, and I would love to do another one of these videos. Make sure you share this video with your friends or anyone you think may be interested in this type of content. And that's it. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go, but before I do, I want to remind you all to stay positive, be active, and most importantly, do what keeps you healthy.